What's up, everyone? So today we're talking about something that affects almost every client I work with, which is hip mobility. So here's the thing. If you're spending 8+ hours a day sitting at a desk, driving, or just living that busy professional lifestyle, your hips are probably tighter than you realize. And this isn't just about being able to squat deeper. Poor hip mobility can lead to lower back pain, knee issues, and even affect your daily movements like picking up things or picking up your kids. So the problem isn't that we just sit too much, it's that we're not actually working to counteract all that sitting. But don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that today in this video. So let's get going. So this is going to be a follow along hip mobility routine, and it'll take you about 8 to 10 minutes max. So if you do this every day, maybe every other day, I guarantee you're going to feel so much better and move better, and your quality of life is just going to be that much better. So first we have to check where you're at currently. I want you to lie on your back, pull one knee to your chest. If there's space between your thigh and torso, we've got work to do. This is your starting point. Take a photo or video so you can track your progress later on. The first exercise is the runner's lunge. This one's amazing for both hip and ankle mobility. Take a long stance, front knee bent, back leg bent to start. Then we're going to straighten the back leg and hold for 3 seconds, and then bringing the knee back down for another 3 seconds. And we will do this for 5 total reps each leg. You should feel a stretch in the hip flexors and quads of the back leg and in your glutes and hamstrings in the front leg depending on how deep the lunge is. The groin and inner thigh also get a good stretch. So after you're done 5 reps here, go to the other side and repeat the same thing. Knee off the ground for 3 seconds and then knee on the ground for 3 seconds. Repeat for 5 reps. Next one up is the 90-90 external rotation with the pigeon pose. This is a game changer for hip mobility. Sit with both legs bent at 90 degrees or less, one leg in front, one to the side, keeping your torso long. Lean out over your front knee, feeling a stretch on the outside of your hip. Relax for 3 seconds, then gently push down even a little further. And I want you to repeat this contract, relax pattern 5 times each side. You should feel this in your outer hip and glute of the front leg and the hip flexors and inner thigh of the back leg depending on how tight your hips are. So yep, once you've done 5 on that side, switch to the other leg and repeat again for 5 full reps. Reminder guys, do not forget to breathe throughout all of these exercises. Try to get into that further stretch when you are in your exhale. Also a pro tip, if you're struggling to sit up straight, prop your butt up on a small cushion. This makes it a lot easier to maintain proper form. Next one up is the couch stretch, one of the most effective hip flexor exercises you'll ever do and my absolute favorite. Start by placing one knee in the corner of the wall where the wall meets the floor. You can also use a couch or a bench like I'm doing. Your shin should flush against the wall. Step the other foot forward, the front foot, into a half kneeling position. Keep your core tight and squeeze your glute on the back leg. For beginners, lean slightly forward to reduce the intensity. As you progress, work toward an upright torso. We're going to pulse and do short lunge-like movements for 10 reps each side. And then to finish, we will hold at the top for about 20 seconds just to get that nice, long, big stretch in the hip flexor. If If you get better at this movement and your hips are more mobile, you can add some resistance using a dumbbell or kettlebell as I'm doing now, and you do the exact same movement. Man, this is such a great stretch for the hip. Feels magical, right? Again, don't forget to breathe, guys. The next one is a great one, the Cossack Squat Stretch, which is incredible for opening up your hips laterally. Start with a wide stance, toes pointed slightly outward. Shift your weight to one leg, bending that knee. Keep the other leg straight, foot flat or heel slightly raised. Sit down as deep as you can, comfortably, and hold for 5 seconds. Then shift to the other side. Repeat 5 times each side. So for this movement, you're gonna feel it in a few key areas, depending on your mobility and how deep you can go. Your inner thigh of the straight leg, your glutes and hamstrings of the bent leg, your ankles and calves of the bent leg, and your hip flexors and quads on either side, depending on how mobile you are and how you're shifting your weight. Form tip, keep your chest up and core engaged. If you're struggling with balance, hold on to something stable in front of you as I'm doing. And as you improve, try reaching your arms forward for counterbalance instead. Again, we're doing 5 reps each side, so 10 reps total. The next exercise is what I call a squat rotator. Start in a deep squat position, hold on to something stable for support. If you can't get deep enough, that's totally fine to elevate your heels on a small plate or wedge like I'm doing. As your mobility improves, try to reduce that elevation. If you can, keep your feet flat on the ground. Slowly rotate one knee down toward the floor. Control the movement, don't just drop it. Hold for 1 second and then return to center. Alternate sides for 10 reps each. You should feel a nice stretch and mobility in your ankles, particularly the dorsiflexion of the bent leg, in your hips as you rotate your leg inwards, also your adductors as you move side to side, your external rotators as well, working to stabilize you in the squat, and your lower back and core that's helping you to maintain control and posture. If you're feeling shaky or not feeling it, focus on keeping your chest upright and core tight and move slowly. The key is control and range here. Moving on, this is a deep squat rock. Hold on to something stable in front of you. Drop into a deep squat and rock gently forward and back, focusing on keeping your feet flat, especially your heels. Spend about 30 seconds here. Now you should feel it working in your ankles and the dorsiflexion as you rock forward. You should feel it in your hips, especially if your knees track over your toes. Your inner thighs also, depending on how wide your stance is, and some lower back engagement. You may feel some slight release there as your pelvis tucks and rocks. Last exercise, so as you stay in your squat, you're going to do a deep squat high reach. Plant your left hand on the inside of your left knee, and then with your right arm, you're going to rotate and reach as high and far back as you can, feeling a nice stretch in your hips and adductor, as well as your obliques and lower back. Hold for a couple seconds at the top, and then repeat for 5 reps each side. You should feel a glorious stretch in your adductors of the arm planted side, also your obliques and thoracic spine as you rotate and reach up, as well as a good shoulder and chest stretch on the reaching side. All right, you finished. Amazing. Now here's how to put it all together. You want to do this routine 3 to 5 days per week. You do it anytime you're free. It doesn't necessarily have to be before or after your training. And make sure you start with the assessment at the beginning of the video. Again, this whole routine should take you 8 to 10 minutes and you will not regret it. But quick reality check, guys. This isn't an overnight fix. Your body needs time to adapt to new ranges of motion. But stick with this for 4 to 6 weeks and you'll notice better squat depth, easier time getting up and down, less lower back tightness, and overall better movement quality. Remember, consistency beats intensity here, so you're better off doing this routine 3 times a week consistently than going hard and quitting once you're too sore. If you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more practical fitness tips for busy professionals and parents. Drop a comment below if you want to see more mobility routines just like this. And hey, if you're serious about improving your mobility while building a stronger, leaner body, check out the link in the description. We help busy professionals transform their bodies without living in the gym. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.